Hey my little peacherinos, and welcome back to a new video. Welcome to the first official episode of our brand new Disney Princess Challenge. We finished Snow White and now we are moving on to Cinderella. We will actually be using Duck from our Snow White challenge. She is set to become our Cinderella. If you haven't watched the Snow White challenge, please watch that first, or else this one won't make sense because we kind of did some of the setting up of Cinderella in Snow White. So if you guys have not checked out the build for the Cinderella Chateau yet, then please go ahead and check that out first so you can see how we built that, how we put everything together, and how we copied it from the film. Try and get it as close as possible. There's still some little finishing little bits I need to do, which we will be doing as we go along and play. And once I've finished everything and I'm happy with it, that is when I will go ahead and upload it to the gallery for you guys. So first things first, we need to go ahead and get Cinderella's evil stepmom, her two evil stepsisters, and her father, who we will be losing fairly early on in the story, in order to get everything set up in Cinderella's chateau. So we know that we chose to procreate little Snow White with Jay Huntington III. Now Loki in the background, he went ahead and got married without me. He's also had 2 kids without me. This is all, he's just done this on his own because I've got MC Command Center, Slice of Life, like loads of stuff that makes my NPCs pretty interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and move them all into this household ready to play with. And the other thing I need to now do is edit their appearances so that they all look as they should do for our challenge. So that means that I'm gonna have to grab some pictures up of everyone so we can try and get them all to match. But just before we do, I wanted to get you guys to check out the Fight the Fires campaign. I donated to it this week. There's a load of YouTubers doing a load of stuff for it. There is a website on GoFundMe. If you just search fightthefires.com, it will come up. And we're trying to raise $1 million Australian dollars. There's a load of YouTubers that have done a load of activity that will then be added to this, so don't worry that all the money isn't there yet. But if you have any money that you want to donate to it, I really encourage it. I'll leave a link in the description below. So first of all, let's do Cinderella's stepmother. She is called Lady Tremaine. Tremaine, that's a very Frenchy kind of vibes name. This is the way that she looks. So whilst Jay Huntington didn't choose to, oh, did you get with an 8? He married an alien. He married an alien. Like, seriously, you doing this to me right now? This is not helpful in terms of me editing your appearance. So I'm gonna have to go into the family and change her back to a human. Although an alien does sound kind of interesting, it doesn't quite fit the whole Disney vibes. Not for this particularly Disney story anyway. So you can get a little bit of a sneaky peek of the beautiful house here as well. It's gonna be pretty special to play in this. It's got like all the grounds to it. It's even got a maze, guys. It's gonna be a whole bunch of fun. But I've obviously got some stuff I have to go ahead and do first, just to make everything kind of fit within the challenge. So let's rehumanize her. Kapow, she's back to human form. That makes things so much easier for me. So let's go ahead and get her looking as similarly to this as possible. Honestly, the face and brows are actually pretty good. I will have to go ahead and change the skin tone. She seems pretty fair. And what I'm also gonna do is, to me, that is very much an elder. Like, she has the face of an elder right there, so I'm gonna reflect that in her as well. So it's green eyes, gray hair, red lips, and some pretty pronounced, these like folds here, not the teeth that I'm doing, but the folds are pretty pronounced. Okay, so I think we've got all the elements. We've got red nails with a big old green ring. Then we've got green earrings and a red dress, green ears, and pink lips. She's kind of scary looking. I feel like this is just about right. I feel like we've got her there. She is currently a chief of Misty Chief who's also dastardly, so that kind of works pretty well. I think she should also be a hothead who is mean and also evil, because I feel like she's definitely meant to be evil. For the kids, I'm pretty sure this is a son. We're gonna have to change you into a girl because we need the 2 stepsisters who are also the same age more or less as Cinderella, so you guys are gonna have to be teenagers as well. Okay, so we've got Drusilla and Anastasia. Who names their child Drusilla? Like, seriously, what even is that name? Let's try and get her looking like this. Okay, so this is Drusilla. I haven't really gone out of my way to like make them into like ugly sisters because I don't know, it feels a bit mean. I've just edited their like already existing appearance, like their hair color and their skin details and stuff, just to look a little bit more like their Disney counterparts. But yeah, it felt a bit wrong to just be like, let's stretch stuff to try and make someone look ugly. I just don't like it. Now let's do Anastasia as well. Okay, so I've tried to give it like, she's got a really short fringe where you can still see her eyebrows. So I've tried to kind of keep that with the appearance a little bit. Like I said, I'm definitely not trying to like, I'm just using existing features. This ain't about just like making ugly people for the sake of it, or like to laugh at them or anything like that. And then she wears pink where her sister wears green. So I need to find her some pink stuff. I might just do the same dress, but in pink. When she doesn't have a bow, what even does she have? She has like a little bell at the edge of her head. I have no idea what that's meant to mean. It would absolutely suck if you went to work at Disney and they were like, yeah, you can be one of the ugly sisters. Since I don't really know what that's meant to be, I'm just gonna keep it as a bow. And their formals are gonna be like what they had wore in Disney, like the big versions. I thought something like that would work quite well. And yeah, I've just given them like green for all outfits just so that they like, because they seem to make them dress in the same clothes all the time to make it easier to identify like which is which evil sister. Oh my gosh, this one's even more like the one she's meant to wear. Okay, she needs to wear that one instead. Sorry, I went back to the stepmother just to put all her outfits on. And this one seems better to me. It seems more like scary and stepmothery. Okay, so I think we're all done with them. I'm gonna make the stepsisters. They all want money, don't they? Their mum's basically trying to not sell them off, but marry them off in order to get like money for the family, basically. Because I think in those days it was like a bit of a thing where you like marry your daughter off. Obviously we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be focusing on Cinderella, and I'm going to make the sisters hot-headed and mean, because that is definitely how they come across in the movie. Okay, so we got these guys in the house. Why on earth he went from Snow White to this one, I don't know. And the game has just killed her. Like, no, that is not gonna happen. Stop this! I've literally just started my game. Please don't kill her straight away, okay? She's not even the one that's meant to die quickly. It's fine though, because this is my version of The Sims. I can just revive her with MCC Command Center, so don't worry guys. But great start, Claire. And look at that, she's back again, looking happier and more evil than ever. So before we get into the house and playing, let's go ahead and check out what the challenge is all about. So we've done Snow White, we are now on Cinderella. A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. Although you had 6 brothers and sisters, you always did all the cooking and cleaning, which obviously fits Doc, who is our dwarf from the Snow White challenge, who will be bringing over to become Cinderella. She obviously did all that in the house because she was one of the eldest, yet somehow you loved it as it transported you from your chaotic home life. When Cinderella becomes a teenager, this story begins. So she must have the neat and foodie traits. She must clean the house every day and cook every meal. She may not marry until the stepmother dies. Now originally it says the mother, but that would be Snow White, and it doesn't really make sense for the story, so instead we're going to make it the stepmother. I mean, she just died, so that would make things easier, but I have brought her back to life again. And we will have a maximum of 3 children, although that's a little bit in the future. So some little tweaks I am going to make of this as well, because there's not as much to this challenge. What I am going to say is obviously she's going to have to do all the cooking and cleaning, but she's also going to have to do all the growing of the plants, maintaining of the garden, all of that kind of stuff as well. And her sisters will get to go off and meet boys, meet friends, go to parties, do all of that kind of thing. But for Cinderella, her Prince Charming, she will only be able to go to prom once her stepmother dies, because her stepmother would never let her actually go to the ball. Alternately, she will have to sneak to the ball. So the ball will be prom night, which I'm going to be downloading from Kawaii Stacy. And basically, as she reaches the end of her teenagerdom, she's going to have to try and make it to prom night. And there she will meet Prince Charming. Now, you guys have been uploading princes to the gallery, which I will be adding as teenagers to my world so that they go to the schools with all of Cinderella and her stepsisters, but also so that we can potentially have those guys show up to prom at the end, and we'll hopefully be able to find our Prince Charming. So first things first, we're gonna get Jay Huntington, who unfortunately, where are you heading? You're off into Snow White's little cutesy room up here. However, this is not for you. This is not your room here. Oh, and the stepsisters are learning that they're all mean, and so is their mother. Awesome. We are gonna go over and invite Doc to hang out at the lot. Now, the story is that Snow has told Jay Huntington, who was her Prince Charming, all about Doc and how amazing she is, how much she helps around the house, and Jay has kind of boasted to that to his new love, Lady Tremaine. And instead of being like, oh, that's nice, she's gonna be like, oh, why doesn't Doc come here and spend some time with us in the mansion? Like, she'll really enjoy everything here. She'll get some amazing opportunities. This just feels like a really nice place for her to come and go to high school at the beautiful private school that we send our beautiful, fantastic girls to. Why is everyone hanging out here? Y'all need to not do that. In fact, I'm gonna lock the door to everybody except Cinderella, because nobody else would want to come up the tower, would they? Oh, so here is little Doc. So we're gonna go ahead and ask her to move in with us. But of course, once she moves in. Instead of it being this wonderful experience that she thought it would be, where she'd get to go to a really nice private school with her sister, she'd get a great education, she'd set herself up for a wonderful future life of happiness. Instead, what is going to happen is Lady Tremaine and the stepsisters are basically going to use Cinderella as free labor. Why do you guys have to have this conversation up here? I'm pretty sure if you showed her where she would have to live, she would not want to move in to the household. But regardless, we're going to go ahead and add her. Now, you guys are making a good point that I have to kill Jay Huntington pretty soon, because otherwise he's going to have to start making child supplements to Snow. And I feel like that is going to take away all of our money. Now, one reason I know that they're all in Snow's future living quarters is because I didn't finish all parts of this household, including the toilets. So why don't we go ahead and do the toilets real quick? And the way I'm kind of styling this house is to make it look like very much like it's from the Cinderella era. So we're going with this Queen Anne decor. Okay, so there we go. We got our 2 bathrooms on this floor. There's no showers, which I don't really like, but no showers come under the decor for like the Queen Anne stuff. I don't know. It might bug me in the long run and I change it, but for now, no showers. There we go. We got that little room too. You guys have also pointed out that I need to make a music room, which I totally plan on doing. Oh my gosh, have you just gone to your correct bed? Anastasia, I'm probably not gonna like you very soon, but for now, very, very impressed. And this one is yours here. And then you guys are in this one. And I'm afraid for now, Snow, the dad was probably like, oh, it's just a temporary thing. Like, we're gonna get you a proper bedroom, like all decorated, don't even worry. But then, of course, as we well know, that will not be happening. Okay, so it sounds kind of morbid, but honestly, the first thing I need to figure out what to do now, most people are sleeping. Why are you not sleeping? Bedwetter from age. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that was a thing. Old people wet the bed now. Oh my gosh. From being elders because of Slice of Life. That's super interesting. I was going to say gross, but it's actually not fair to say that, is it? But yeah, the first thing I'm going to have to do, which is pretty dark, is kill off Jay Huntington. Now, I feel like in the movies, it's kind of left a little bit ambiguous of the idea that potentially the stepmother was the one who killed off their father. That's kind of to me implied because, I don't know, she doesn't like Cinderella. I feel like she just married their father in order to get the house, and when she does that, she kills him off. So I feel like, I'm so sorry, Jay Huntington, we're gonna have to do that to you. The one thing that makes it easier is you were an absolute terror to Snow, so I don't know, that kind of helps, I think. So it's just an unassuming Thursday. At this point, Snow won't be forced to do everything because we're still keeping up the illusion that, you know, this is her house. She's come to live in luxury. She's come to be best frienders with her lovely stepsisters. Her life is going to be so wonderful. Doc thinks she's gonna be in a beautiful life here, but while the girls are gonna go to school, we have some plans. We have some plans to, unfortunately, Gisella's trying to steal Anastasia's money. Anastasia's learned that Gisella is mean. Okay, these girls might not be able to hide it for the length of time it will take for them to just head to school in the morning. Like, from what I understand, they don't like each other that much either in the movie. They're in competition. Their stepmother almost puts them in competition, so I'm not overly bothered if they don't like each other very much. But yeah, we're gonna send the girls off to school, and then I'm afraid, Jay Huntington, it will be time for you to meet your demise, and these people won't be eating in here anymore either. I'm actually gonna lock the kitchen door as well. Cinderella will bring the food out to them to be served on this table, whereas she's gonna eat in here on her own. Her life is about to get very sad. I also know that there's 2 more things missing from this household. There is the evil cat Lucifer, who is the stepmom's cat, and there's also Bruno the dog, who is kind of like Doc's only real friend in the household too. So I will be adding those guys as well. Okay, so Gisella's now actually got Anastasia has got a black eye from Gisella, so that's amazing. But everyone is heading off to school, which means it is time for us to go ahead and kill Jay Huntington. No, he's in here cooking, and I don't know, they always say that poison is the woman's way to murder. Once he eats, he is gonna be poisoned, and it is gonna be our little chess master here moving all the pieces around. She is gonna be the one who has poisoned him, but she's so far away. How could it possibly have been her? She is in the west wing of the house. He's all the way in the kitchen in the east wing, so nobody will ever suspect that it was actually the evil stepmother this whole time. So he's finished his little food, he's heading upstairs, and we are gonna kill. We are unfortunately gonna have to kill the sim. Now, which one of these is the most like starvation? Poison. Death by poison. Do you want to kill Jay Huntington by poison? Yes, else we do? Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even realize that this was a death in Sims. I've never even seen it before. Oh, he's got like these lumpies all over him. Okay, the stepmother acted fast. She has gone ahead and killed Duck's father, death by poisoning. I mean, she died herself not 24 hours ago, but still. He's lying here on the floor and she's downstairs eating her non-poisoned food with a smile on her face. Like, she's not even going upstairs. She don't even care that he's died. She's actually grinning directly into the camera, making eye contact with us. This woman is colder. I think she's colder than the evil witch from the Snow White challenge. I'm just saying. And he died as he lived. Flirty, in the mood. That is how we produced 7 children. So at least he's got that going for him. Goodbye, Jay Huntington. If you'd have just been true to Snow and been a beautiful husband, you could have avoided this. I feel like it could have tweaked the story to make you live, but you were a terrible husband and you were a terrible person and you're now happy because the environment's decorated. At least you're dying in a beautiful build. Like, really, what else can you ask for? Gisela has got a group project. Well, she's definitely gonna let everybody else work, let's face it. She's not gonna do any work on her own. And Anastasia is not gonna study hard. She's just gonna do the usual. And that is it. The end of Jay Huntington III. Death by poison. Death by the evil stepmother. And hopefully that is also gonna be the death of the child support payments, because it was £30,000, okay? £30,000 is a lot of money. So because this stepmother's kind of messed up, I feel like she would just display the urn ready to point out to Doc when she gets home, being like, here's the urn, by the way. And opposite where the urn is, these rooms here are the ones that I'm gonna kind of like, you know, make match the rest of the house from the movie. Because I think one of them is meant to be like a room with pianos and violins, and like a room where she tries to make the stepsisters learn to play the piano. And then maybe we can make this one like a little mini ballroom or something like that. We'll have a think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and then when everything's finished, I will go ahead and upload it for you guys. Oh, look at those crocodile tears. She's crying, but she's also happy from doing what I love, killing folks, from her personality type. Those are some crocodile tears if I ever saw them. You can't fool us. You're not sad at all. Don't give us that. I mean, she's a good actress, to be fair. She's really going in. I've just realized that as long as I have this in the house, they will keep mourning, but oh well. And yeah, guys, I told you she wasn't all that sad at all. Here she is, the old chess master, smiling away, super glad about the huge inheritance I'm sure she thinks is gonna come her way. Also about the free maid she also just got in the form of Doc. And the girls are back home from school. This one is mortified at Gisela from having a mood swing. She's also angry from a low grade. Anastasia is feeling focused from being a perfect school student. Doc, however, has come straight home from school and she's devastated. Oh my gosh, she's got such a long journey just to get up to her room. She's gone straight into bed to go and mourn after finding out that her father has died, and probably wants to go back home to live with Snow and her 6 brothers and sisters as well. However, that isn't gonna happen because while Doc is here mourning, being like, I want to go home, I want to leave, she's instead gonna have Lady Tremaine, the evil stepmother, probably one of the meanest ones in all of like the whole Disney series. But she is here mocking her about what's happened and laughing at her as she cries about little Jay. Literally, she's just horrible. She is just horrible. From what I remember in the movies as well, she was so good at coming across as like very, like she wasn't actually secretly evil, but she was definitely secretly evil. So this is when I'm gonna go ahead and change Doc's name into Cinderella, which is what Lady Tremaine has renamed it. She has got the foodie and the neat tray already to go, so that's amazing. What I've also done is, hopefully it's gonna show up, I downloaded a Cinderella outfit, so let's see how it looks. Oh my gosh, look, this is for a future one. I don't want to look at it yet. Don't give it up. Don't like get too excited because this might not happen. But if she does, this is her Cinderella ball outfit. I'm just saying. For now, we need her sad outfit. This one. Oh my gosh, that is peak Cinderella right there. Absolute peak Cinderella. And I'm actually gonna set that for all of her outfits because she's not really gonna get the opportunity to do anything else other than that. Other than bed. She can wear this little sack thing to bed. Now let's go ahead and check out Bruno and Lucifer too. So Bruno was actually given to Cinderella as a gift from a father, and they grew up together under the evil stepmother. So because she's gonna be doing so much work around the house anyway, I think we should make him like an adult as soon soon as we get him. Oh, yay, it's a Bruno. Apart from Bruno's brown. So let's change him to brown. Okay, guys, what do we think? I think he looks good. I think he looks like he does that. So that's pretty good. And apparently in this, he's a sleuth, but I think he's like he's loyal to Cinderella. And from what I remember, he's kind of a troublemaker in that he chases Lucifer. So maybe we should make him a troublemaker as well. Which I kind of feel bad about because I feel like he's gonna give Snow White a really hard time. But still, we got Bruno and now we need Lucifer. Oh my gosh, I forgot that he was this mean looking. He's just like a big old black cat. He's not like a specific breed. Oh, this could be pretty good because like, he's got a little fluffy mustache. I just need to paint his tail because the end of his tail should be white. And I wish I could make him fluffier. Unfortunately, I don't think I can. But I feel like that's a pretty good version of Lucifer. So I'm gonna make him spoiled, glutton, and aloof. I feel like that fits him pretty well. Oh, wow. Oh, I can't make him fluffy. Oh my gosh, yes. Maximum floof, please. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, we've got Lucifer and we've got Bruno and we've got Doc's Cinderella's Cinderella outfit as well. And poor little Doc has to now start her new life looking after her horrible family and all of her horrible sisters. I mean, she's kind of used to doing this bit, but oh, I guess we have to start doing the laundry. And it's raining outside. Question, how do you do the laundry if it's raining outside? I don't want to do this because I feel like it goes like against the Disney principles. You're not meant to have a dryer, but I can't figure out a way around it, so I may have to get her a dryer, but I'll keep her with the washboard. And I guess as for what is keeping her here, I'm gonna say that the evil stepmother has said that if Cinderella tells anybody what's happened, or if she tries to run back to Snow, then the evil stepmother will take all of the money that Snow had got from Jay Huntington in child support payments. She's going to take all of that away and kick Snow and all of her six sisters and brothers out of their little beautiful cottage, because technically Jay Huntington did own that. And I guess one of the first things poor little Snow is going to have to do is cook all of her mean family straight away a nice meal. I feel like they'd want quite a lot of really nice meals as well, particularly when they're celebrating, well, when evil stepmom is celebrating her dastardly plan to kill our father. So we're gonna have to cook her a grand meal. I'm a bit worried that the pets can't get to their pet bowls in here, so it's super annoying. I've locked these doors so that only Cinderella can go in, so people can't keep going in and trying to cook and that kind of thing. So as a result, I am gonna have to feed the pets out here, which I don't feel like the stepmother would like, but I'm gonna have to do it. Lucifer is in here just, I don't know, sitting there looking real angry at the world. And Drusilla is trying to steal Lady Tremaine's money as well. They're all just really, really horrible. Bruno is up here looking for something to wreck. I can just feel it. He's staring at this chicken being like, can I wreck that? And these guys are all in here being really mean to each other, because that's what they do as well. In fact, they're all just like relaxing in the chess room, while poor little Cinderella has to cook in here, and she won't even get to eat this meal because this food is too nice for her. She can't have gourmet meals or like grand meals. She's only allowed to look how sad she looks. Poor little baby. She's only gonna have to have basic meals while they have nice stuff. You're not allowed to have the grand meals, I'm afraid, Cinderella. Your life has just got really, really horrible because they don't use the kitchen as well. That's why I've made it all like gross inside here. Okay, so when you pop that there, I am gonna have to drag it in here so that those guys can eat. Should I have like a table that I always place the food on? I think that would be a good idea. Okay, here is the little meal table. And then she has to call everybody else to eat, but she won't get to eat any of it. Ring-a-ding! Come on, horrible family, come and get your food. Don't you take any. They're gonna get mad at you. Put that on the table, but you can't have it. You can't eat that food, okay? Come back into the kitchen. You're not allowed to eat with them. Only the evil fams get to eat in here. Look, they all like keep beating each other up as well. They all look a complete state. Oh, and don't you feel like classical music or something should be playing while they eat? It just feels right. I keep making like all these changes because I'm like, oh, we need to do this. Oh, I have to do that. Look at this. All like beautiful music for these guys to eat while they, oh, Bruno hates the music. Listen to whilst they eat. And then in here, Cinderella is having her much more basic, much more sad meal. She's also feeling super sad. She's gonna be sad for 2 days and everybody else seems to have completely gotten over it. So that's nice. Oh, look at her. She's like in here eating all on her little lonesome, the poor thing. You're also gonna have to get the fire started so that it heats up the house so that those guys can have nice hot baths and stuff before bed. I told you this was gonna be a little bit of a sad series because I just feel so sorry for Cinderella. Cinderella. So look, while the sisters are up here having their beautiful baths with soaks, because the fire's right there, pumping loads of beautiful hot air and hot water through all the house that poor Cinderella's stoking downstairs. These guys get to sleep in their big, beautiful beds. Stepmom's already asleep. They just throw their clothes on the floor, by the way. That's just the way they roll. Bruno, you definitely won't be allowed in there, so please get out. Poor little Cinderella has to climb her many stairs. Look, I've cut this off so that only she can get up there as well now. Up to bed, where she's gonna sleep with a little heavy heart. You've got a lot of laundry to do tomorrow, I'm just gonna say. And there you go, Cinderella. This is unfortunately your new life. I feel like she's gonna, yep, she's crying in her sleep. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, she's crying in her sleep. She's not happy and ready for this new life, but unfortunately, our Cinderella challenge has begun. So she is gonna have to look after everyone in the family while still going to school, whilst growing vegetables for them to eat, whilst cooking meals for them, whilst doing their laundry, whilst washing and cleaning the whole of the house, tending to the garden, which we're gonna build in the next episode. We're gonna build a music room and a ballroom for the sisters so that I can start adding all of your princes from the gallery. We'll do that at the beginning of the next episode because, of course, these two stepsisters here want to try and snatch themselves a prince, so we'll be hosting, what are they called, like parties in the ballroom. There you go, for the stepsisters to attend. Cinderella will only be able to serve on everybody in these beautiful parties that they have, but I don't know. Maybe a Prince Charming could catch her eye. Of course, she can't do anything about that until her evil stepmother dies, though, because she would never allow it to happen. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the first episode of our Disney Princess Challenge. If you did, please give it a big cheeky thumbs up and get ready for the next one. And I shall see you guys in another video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!